Hello guys and welcome to my new video. So today I'm going to be doing a little discussion slash rant video about 7.3 and some of the existing systems that are in the game right now, mainly talking about Titanforging and to a lesser extent Warforging. So while I like the whole concept of gear, being able to Warforge, getting extra item levels, or getting like sockets, or getting like additional things like Leech seems to be very good for a lot of the classes, so I feel that's pretty good because it gives you an element of randomness that it's not a huge deal. Like, I mean, you're gonna feel lucky and you're gonna feel happy about having this upgrade. You're gonna be like, wow, I'm the lucky one, I'm the good one. They got this loot. But the concept I don't really like is Titanforging. So I've really thought about this quite a lot, and I've seen this in game happening everywhere. Actually, there's stories of people who are doing, let's say, LF4 and they're getting 950 loot. There's people who are doing normal and they're getting 940 loot, and like even doing heroic to Musageras, which drops your base 915 loot. I've seen, like, in our guild where we raid mythic, so we're right now 7 out of 9, which is beat maidens, and we're going to Fallen Avatar. And a lot of the times when we do actually heroic to Musageras runes, we have more trouble about allocating the loot that we get in heroic, because a lot of the heroic loot seems to Titanforge like 940, 945. Let's say for example we did kill Jaden, we did heroic kill Jaden, and one of the pieces of loot Titanforge to 945. It was one of the rings, and we had to decide who gets it. While after that we did mythic to Musageras, we did like 6 or 5 bosses, and like we didn't even see anything close to 945. The base loot in mythic to Musageras is 930. So we're like, on that day it was more profitable doing heroic, a full clear of heroic, which takes way less time than to kill mythic to Musageras bosses, 6 of 5, 5, 4 bosses in mythic to Musageras, and like getting less loot. So that actually has been happening quite a lot for us. We actually haven't seen as big Titanforge upgrades in mythic than we've seen in heroic, because there's an easy solution, because we do more full clear runs of heroic than we do full clear runs of mythic. Like at the very start of the expansion you will do the heroic, and then you will do the full clear of heroic with 7.3 with Argus. When the new tier comes out and things like that, you'll probably be able to do heroic first, and then you'll be stuck like 1 or 2 or 3 bosses on mythic. But the point is, you'll probably, if you're really lucky, you can already have a mythic gear on heroic. And why am I keep talking about this? I'm talking about this because I feel there shouldn't be such a thing as Titanforging, or you should not Titanforge to such a crazy extent. I mean, if you're doing heroic content, 915 base item level, I feel that it should not go beyond the mythic base level, which is 930. The Titanforge should go from 915 to around 925. So there's still a 5 item level difference between the heroic and mythic raiders, and that's if your Titanforge for you. Warforged is going to be 5 item levels, so he's going to get 920 or socket or leech or whatever, things like that. So this is going to make a distinction between the people who are doing the different content. You have the normal people, you have the heroic, and you have the mythic. Now, the person who's doing heroic or normal will know that they will get loot. There's a chance of Titanforging, but they'll never go beyond the cap of going into the heroic version or into the mythic version. So you kind of you'll have a distinction, and I feel like a lot of people would actually agree with this. The people who do normal and heroic, when the people get the crazy amount of Titanforging, you can almost, like, when I get it, one of the highest pieces of item gear that I have is my leather belt, which is 945 with a socket. I got this from a mythic Nighthold cache quest, and that's one of the highest item levels that I have, pieces. And that just tells you, and I've been doing mythic for quite a while now, and that just tells you that it's just literally, this randomness is just crazy. It's almost telling you, like, what's the point of doing mythic? What's the point of getting, if you really need upgrades, you kind of have to do all of the content. I know why Blizzard does this. Blizzard does this because Blizzard wants it to do every possible content available. You should be doing LF4, looking for raid as a mythic raider, because there is a chance. There is a chance of getting that 955 loot. And there's quite a few people who get it. You should be doing normal, you should be doing heroic. Like for us, heroic seems to be very profitable. I don't enjoy how this look element actually forces you to do every content, and how this look element determines that you're going to get loot that only a mythic raider should have gotten. There should be a distinction. I know this for the people who play casually. I think they'll understand. I used to play casually for a long time, and if I would get a piece of loot that a mythic raider would, like, let's say kill Jaden's trinket or something. If I get something from like from the cache or something like that, if I get that to Titanforge and I haven't done any of the mythic bosses, if I get it to Titanforge to 955 while I haven't even touched mythic, I would almost feel like I'm cheating the system. I would almost feel like that I'll be happy about it, but I'll be like, this is stupid. This should not be happening. Like, I think a lot of people have kind of felt like this about this, because you get these. Everyone, I think, has seen one person who does normal heroic or something and has some crazy amount of item level without even touching mythic, or some guy who does normal who has crazy amount of item level and hasn't touched heroic bosses at all. And with a bit of luck, you can actually easily achieve this. And that's one of the rants that I wanted to see. And I'm kind of unhappy that with 7.3 they're not really toning down the whole Titanforging system. I feel maybe after this expansion they should really, like you've seen my previous video about legendaries, I feel that they should change something with legendary system completely, and they should definitely tone down the Titanforging and Warforging system to basically keep. There should be layers between the people, and the people should know between the players, and the players should know which content they're doing, because they can be proud of what they're doing. A person who's normal, who grows out of normal and wants to do heroic and is pushed towards doing heroic because he or she sees that there's more item levels, there's more challenge, and there's a sense of accomplishment. But right now there is none of that. There is zero. A person who does heroic or normal can have better loot than a mythic raider, and that I've seen that tons of time happening. I don't know how you feel about this. I feel that if I was casual, if I would do it, I would feel more push towards going to a better guild, or more push going to a better content, just purely because you can have better gear upgrades and you can kind of show them off in a way. Right now, a lot of the pieces might be, I don't want to say like undeserved, but really RNG based. And when you get something from a content below the content that other people are doing, and you get better loot, I think there's something broken with that. But let me know how you feel about this. Let me know how you feel about this Titanforging system. I feel that in 7.3 personally that they should kind of tone it down. Let me know what are your thoughts on this, and thank you for watching this little rant / discussion video, and I'll see you in my next little guide.